Hello everybody, Marco here from Mind's Eye Visual Guitar Methods. You get to see me today, and I got a weird kind of lesson for you guys today. And I got to try to be as quick as possible because it only likes to upload 10 minutes of video or else it takes too long. So, I'm going to be as quick as possible. First of all, I thought I uploaded a video about the melodic minor scale, and as a change from what we usually talk about on this, I was showing you the interesting thing about the melodic minor, how it's very, it's much easier, so is harmonic minor, much easier than the major scale to learn because it's geographically more symmetrical than the major scale, meaning if you're familiar with my channel, how we graph everything out, the grids fall in a much easier to understand kind of like 2 bits of information, and you can take the melodic minor notes all over the major scale. So that never uploaded, so I don't know what the heck happened to it, so I got to re-upload it again, and I thought it was a great lesson, and it's totally disappeared from my phone, never uploaded, so sorry about that, and I'm totally bummed because you know when you make something and it's you just feel like you're never gonna be able to say the same thing again as good as you did, but I probably will, so I'll do that next. Also, as promised, there was a other promise to make a lesson about modal modulation, a special code that you can use. We'll get to that too, probably in the next 2 lessons. 3, my subscribers. I've recently saw that I went from 700 to 702. Woo! YouTube never told me the names of the people who subscribed, so I would give you a personal shout out here. But that can't happen, so I just thank you for my latest 2 subscribers. And now, why I'm giving you this message in the truck? Because I tend to watch things as I drive. Not watching, obviously, the phone, but I listen to audiobook type things on YouTube. And Ricky Beato, the Beato guy, Ricky Beato, comes up on my channel a lot. Check out his channel. I mentioned him, so I'm going to critique one of his lessons. So let's start out by giving him some subscribers. If you somehow haven't seen his channel come up in your feed, I'm sure you have. He's a pretty popular YouTube music guy. Check it out. His videos about what makes this song great are really, really cool. He is a teacher, and being a teacher who knows a lot of technical things, I think he tends to get very technical to the point of the technical bits of what he's trying to explain, but it can lose the new viewers. So let me try to simplify something I just saw on his channel. He's trying to, his video I'm talking about is called, What's the Difference Between a Mode and a Scale? One of his first things he said was like, modes are a subset of a scale. Right off the bat, to me, that goes, oh man, that just confuses people. It loses people right there. Because it's a true statement, but it's way more complex than you need to get into modes. So I'm going to try to explain something here because I was kind of going like, oh no, just say this, right? So my point is that for a beginner to understand modes, there's kind of a truth to modes. Before I could get real technical about them and say a lot of things like how modes, let me get technical for a second. Modes are a key, right? Or you've heard of a scale called a key, right? Well, what does a key do? A key. Think about a legitimate key. What does a key do? A key unlocks a lock. So what is a musical key unlocking? A musical key is unlocking emotions. A major scale is a mode. The major scales are a mode. The modes aren't necessarily a subset of the major scale. The major scale is actually a mode. They've just decided to start with one to make it the basics talking point and called it the major scale. But it's actually a mode, and it's called Ionian. But you don't even need to know that. It's this simple. Because you want to be able to hear modes and be able to instantly become musical with modes. That is the easiest way to go from 0 to, oh, I get it. Here's what you need to do. You need to get to a piano, okay? If you can get to a piano, this is what you're going to do. you're going to, and this is why I felt like I could talk today on today's lesson without having to show you any graph paper stuff. I'm just going to leave you with this. Go to a piano, for those of you who don't know the difference between modes and scales. Oh, you're going to prove this point first. Before I tell you what to do, this is the point you're going to try to prove. That
in half a mile, use the right lane to take the US 59 North, Texas 287 loop ramp to Nacogdoches.
Sorry about that. Okay. Nacogdoches. Okay. I think we're going to make our ramp here.
Use the right lane to take the US 59 North ramp.
Sorry for the interruption in this lesson. Okay, obviously I'm driving. And back to what important
Continue for half a mile.
Please Google Maps.
In half a mile, merge onto US 59 North, South Medford Drive.
Google Maps tends to piss me off. Before I forget what I was going to, the most important thing, and this is what I hate about lessons. I'm like, oh, come on, the guy was just about to get to his damn point. Of course, Google would interrupt right there. But anyways, modes are based on chords. Modes are the chords that are playing.
Continue on US 59 North for
Google.
5 miles.
God damn it. I'm sorry. I'm trying to conceal my anger with Google's interruptions here. Sorry. Modes are based on chords. Chords make the modes. That's the key secret. So how are you going to learn this while hearing it? Go to a piano and hit a C chord. Now, if you're new and you're saying, what is a C chord? Go like this. Look at a piano and you'll see, it's this easy. You'll see a group of 2 black keys and you'll see a group of 3 black keys. We want to focus on the group of 2 black keys, and you want to take the white key that's to the left of the 2 black keys, the very first white key before the first black key in the group of 2 black keys. There's only 2 black keys and 3 black keys, then 2 black keys and 3 black keys. Those notes surrounding the 2 black keys are C, D, and E, just so you know. But anyways, you're going to take that C note that we're talking about, the first one before the 2 black keys, then skip a white key and play the next white key, skip a white key and play the next white key. So you've got 3 notes playing, all skipping a white key. We're not focusing on the black keys other than to locate where this C chord is. Now here's what you're going to do from there. Take that C chord and play it in some kind of rhythm that pleases you at that moment. Or just 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. That's in your left hand. Take your right hand, play it somewhere low on the piano. Take your right hand and rhythmically play the white keys, any white keys you want, along with that C chord, and hear the sound. If you hear Happy Birthday, if you hear Mary Had a Little Lamb, great stuff. You're getting the idea. That's the basic mode that they've made. That's the major scale right there. That's why it can maybe sound like Happy Birthday, because that's major scale music. But maybe you got something a little bit complex sounding or more different than Happy Birthday, and it sounds like, happy, pleasing. You got it. That's exactly how it's supposed to sound. And kudos to these 18-wheeler drivers that just saved me a ticket, because there's a speed trap. I should log in into Google, but I'm giving you guys a lesson, so do that, you'll hear a sound. Now, you need to compare that sound with another sound. You're going to take that C chord you were playing, and after a while, make sure you get the C chord sound in your ears. Move that chord that you're playing, that C chord, up 1 set of white keys. So the next white keys to the right. So like we said that those notes were C, D, and E, your lowest note is going to be the D note, the white key in between the 2 black keys. Start playing that chord and still play the melody on the white keys. Any melody you want. Certain melodies are going to sound a little bit better than others, obviously, but they'll mostly, anything will work. And notice, if you notice that the sound is totally different, if you don't notice the sound is totally different, go back to the C a little bit, then hit the D chord. And if you notice that your melody sounds different, you have just experienced modes. You don't even have to know what mode. What you just experienced was two things. You've heard you've heard that the chord makes the mode. So you're still playing, all the white keys are one scale, C, D, E, F, G, and A, which makes the C major scale. That's why we started with the C chord. And when you played the other chord, which was a D chord, which is
in half a mile, keep right to continue on US 59 North.
Which is a D chord, a D minor chord, you will have heard the minor Dorian mode. But you don't even need to know that.
Keep right to continue on US 59 North.
You just need to hear that the chords make the mode. You started the chord from, that's the 2 chord. Go up to the next.
Continue
note.
on US 59 North for 16 miles.
That's the 3 chord. Go to the next one after that, the 4 chord. Go to the next one, the 5 chord, then the 6 chord, then the 7 chord. The 7 chord is going to be the most unusual sounding one, but notice how the 7 chord is going to, after you play a little bit of that, go right to the C chord again, and you're going to hear what's called a resolve, because the 7 chord is very dissonant and wants to resolve to the 1 almost always. Pretty much always. So you'll hear, without having to know anything about modes, then once you understand that, then you can start plugging in the names. Like, oh, okay, so this one is called, look up what the 2 is called. It's got a weird name, Dorian. Look up what the 3rd is called. It's called Phrygian. The other one is called Lydian, then Mixolydian. You can learn the names later. Don't start with the technical. It doesn't get you to hear what's going on, and it doesn't get you to play. You're actually playing music, and you're stimulating your emotions. You can start plugging in your emotional content right away. You can say, hey, this one sounds sad. Hey, this one sounds kind of uplifting. Hey, this one sounds kind of funky, you know? You can be like, then you can find out what the names are. Oh, Mixolydian's kind of funky. Oh, Lydian's kind of uplifting. Hey, Dorian is sad, but it's not so sad as this Aeolian one at the 6th chord. Cool. That's what'll happen next. All the technical stuff. Then go back to Rick Beato's video as like a solidifier and go, yeah, okay, now I know what you're talking about, Rick. And so if you were lost at all the technical jargon, get to a piano and learn modes that way, and know that the chord makes the mode. Remember, all you were doing is fooling around on the white keys, the same old notes in the scale. Later on, you can learn that there's certain ways you can manipulate those melodies to really match the chord you're playing and really emphasize the modal sound. But it's going to have that modal sound as long as the bass chord, your ear is going to attach all those melody notes you're playing in your right hand to what it hears coming from the left hand. It's going to attach those and create a emotional content from there. I hope this helps you. Good luck. Remember, it's if you watch this years down the road, Ricky's video will be buried, in his pile of videos. So it was called "What's the Difference Between Scales and Modes?" or "Scales versus Modes. What's the Difference?" I believe that was the title of the scale. Good luck. Hope this helps. Remember to get to a piano and check it all out. Have a great day.